You can't start the car. Johnny has the keys.
I tried to watch Working Girl again the other day. I couldn't get through it.
The one with Harrison Ford and Melanie
Melanie
Griffith?
Griffith, yes.
Wow.
I thought I was watching broadcast news, and then I was like, this is not funny. What the fuck? And then I realized, oh, this is not the right Joan Cusack movie. Yeah, so I didn't even finish it. I was like, this sucks. We watched 9 to 5 instead, and it was much better. That movie's still funny.
Oh, yeah.
Because watching Jane Fonda play against type is really funny to me. And Lily Tomlin, too. It's almost like they switched roles. Because Lily
Yeah.
is all straightforward and very womanly, and Jane
Hmm?
Fonda is the nervous Nelly or whatever. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And I saw Alice Cooper last night, third
Yeah.
play.
And?
Phenomenal. I was a little disappointed that with 2 headliners, they didn't play longer, but
Yeah.
each one did a really tight hour and 15-minute set.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean by tights, there was nothing in between. Alice had 20 songs and Judas Priest had 14 songs, and they went out there and did them, and it was over very quickly. But he did a lot of chestnuts that he doesn't do that often. The theme was Alice's attic, and this giant book opens up, and he comes out of it, and he's pulling songs from different phases of his career or whatever, because God knows he's got the albums or some crazy number.
Yeah.
But he didn't even do Welcome to My Nightmare, which did not disappoint me at all, because he was doing so many other cool stuff. He hit on a lot of the 80s pop stuff, like Poison and Dangerous Tonight and House of Fire, all stuff off of Poison, and Hey Stupid, which was early 90s.
And you still had all the gimmicks, all the cool stuff?
He did some of his cool stuff, but not all of it. He didn't have the guillotine or the noose. He did have a gigantic Frankenstein monster that came out and was running around on stage during Feed My Frankenstein. He's got 6 songs with the word Frankenstein in them, and I get them all confused.
That's
But
excellent.
his wife is the one in the costume. His wife runs around in hockey mask and things back around the actors. But one thing that was funny is I was really close. I was like 7 rows back. And they had photographers up there in between the stage and the front row. And I didn't think anything about it. And Alice actually fooled me, which he shouldn't be able to fool me as many times as I've seen him. And I know his antics, but he did catch me this time. He was singing a song and a photographer got on stage. And this photographer was like running up and touching the guitarist and trying to get the guitarist to look at him so that he could take a picture. And there's 3 guitarists. One's Nita Weiss, I think's her name. No, Nita Strauss. She's incredible. She's like an Amazon that can just burn up a guitar. And so this photographer's going up and touching the band and trying to get him to just look at him so he can take a picture of him. And I'm like, this guy's a jerk. And Alice is singing, and he's tapping Alice on the shoulder, and Alice is looking over his shoulder, and I'm like, I'm getting pissed at the guy. And the next thing you know, man, Alice breaks his microphone stand in half and stabs the guy, and you see it go right through him. And
Excellent.
I know. I was like, this is amazing. I had forgotten that he does shit like this.
Excellent.
Yeah, and the guy just kind of falls off stage.
Perfect.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. And but Judas Priest, they've got a couple of younger guitarists. I say younger, and I mean in their 50s probably, because one of them has retired and one of them has Parkinson's. But the other three members are like original members, or pretty much original members, including Rob Halford, and they sounded phenomenal. And his vocals were astonishingly good for somebody in their 70s, because he hits those sonic high notes that sound like sirens and stuff. And I was kind of blown away by it. But he looks like an old man. Everybody there, I felt very much at home, because I was up front with old biker couples, arm in arm, that probably paid $300 for their seats. And it was just a lot of old heavy metal people there. And I talked to an usher, and he's this little guy that looked like Leslie Jordan. And he's like, yeah, I used to be worried about working these heavy metal events. He said, but they're so nice. Yeah, it was fun, man. I talked to him for about half an hour. He's one of the reasons why I got upgraded to up front.
Good.
Yeah. And I met another couple there, and we talked for about half an hour. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Perfect.
My ears are ringing.
I'm glad.
And I still have a bit of a cold.
I'm sure they still are. You sound good, so I don't think there's an issue with your voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What's been going on with you?
No, nothing. No, work. Same old work stuff. Although I did get 2 new projects. I'm going to shoot another, I don't know, I think it's Snapped or something. I'm going to shoot one of those. I get to play the detective. That's coming up in 2 weeks. And
what is Snapped?
Snapped is one of those true crime shows that they shoot in Knoxville.
You had told me about them, but I didn't know that was the name of them.
There's several. There's Murder Comes to Town, Snapped, Killer Couples, I Saw What You Did. So they've got all these different titles. They're all on, they've changed networks. It used to be like the IE network, and then it was Discovery, and now it's something else. I'm not sure where they are broadcast now, but you can usually find them on Hulu or Prime or one of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they're on a network.
Yes, they're on a network, which is,
or something.
And it's one of their true crime contingent. But of all the true crime shows, there's like 16 of them, I think, or there was a few years ago when I looked, including the big one is Forensic Files. Do you remember that one? It's only 30 minutes long.
I think you had told me you had been on one of those or two.
I was on the other one that is their other populist one. I can't remember, and I've done 3 of those episodes. But anyway, they're all reenactments. And
you play dead bodies.
Yeah, you play everything. You can play the victim, or you can play the detective, or you can play a witness, or you can play the body. So it just depends. I've played all of them.
Okay.
And so anyway, I got cast for one that's coming up in a couple of weeks, and they're just reenactments. You usually don't even have to. They don't really keep your dialogue. Yeah. Two of them do. 2 of them is all improvised dialogue. You're given the scene and you're told you need to get to these objectives. Like if you're the cop doing the interrogation, you need to ask these specific questions at sometime during this interview. But the rest of the time you can just be a dick, or you be the good cop or whatever. And same thing.
Are they a half an hour, or are they shorter?
Most of them are half hours. Yeah.
Okay.
Most of them are half-hour shows. And some of them are an hour long. Murder Comes to Town is an hour long each episode. And the 2 that I've done for that have been pretty prominent. I've played the lead investigator, a cop, on one. And then in another one, I was the innocent victim who they turned the tables at the very end, and you realize he was actually the murderer and shot himself.
Have you got an IMDb page?
No, because none of these go up on IMDb.
Okay, because I was going to say you should be putting those on your IMDb.
I think you can. If you pay for IMDb, you can put them up yourself.
Okay.
But I'm not doing that. I don't really care.
No, the only way I would pay for IMDb is if I knew I could contact somebody I needed to talk to.
Yeah.
If I had a screenplay of my book, I would want to get it in Mike Flanagan's hands if I could, or somebody that knows him. And if I could do that by paying IMDb, I would do it. But I'm not sure if that's how it works or not.
I don't know. I know IMDb is very popular. People still utilize it for a lot of trivia and a lot of everything.
Hopefully
Oh,
they'll
yeah,
stay
that's what I was
that
going to
way.
tell you. So the other day on the commute, I was listening to the Cine-Files guys, and they have now started doing a live show as well. And it's usually something that's very topical. They'll have something, but they'll do it live on their YouTube channel as well, because they get to ask them a question live costs people, so they get the money. Some kind of monetization that they're doing. In other words, they say you'll have to pay to ask the question. And then they do a Q&A with people and they answer their questions and all that. I think it's just a money grab in some way.
It is.
But anyway, they were doing something. I can't even remember the topic because I listened to 3 in a row. One was that Stephen King thing, and it was just sad because they were like mixing up storylines and talking about things and they just didn't. Obviously, they read Stephen King when they were kids, like we did in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. Then they stopped reading, and they just couldn't collate stuff. They would say stuff like Maximum Overdrive. That was a really bad movie. I'm not sure who directed that one, but they just shouldn't have done it. And you're like, dude, you didn't know that was the one he directed? Come on.
Yeah.
So, anyway, they were really not good. But anyway, one of theirs was a live, and they kept talking about live, and we're so good to be live. And then all of a sudden, you keep hearing Steve talking, and he's going, okay, you froze there. John, I think you're frozen. John, okay, I'm just going to keep talking until John comes back. And he keeps talking. He goes, and John's still not back. So I'm not sure what's happened. And it goes on for literally 4 or 5 minutes. And they're live, so he can't cut it. And then John rejoins, says his internet went out. They keep going, and all of a sudden he actually said, I feel like you look like Max Headroom to me right now. And I went, oh my God. Even professional guys have it, just like Tim and I. So.
No, what's funny is they're our age because they're using the same examples.
Yeah.
They're saying
younger.
Max Headroom, and I say that all the time.
Yeah, I think they're both around your age because they are a little bit younger than us because and they've said it before, I just don't remember their ages. But yeah, it was very interesting. They have the same reactions that I have. He was even using stuff that you and I have said before about, I'm just going to hang out here and keep talking until they come back.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Yeah, frozen. Look at him.
You're frozen. You're Max Headroom. We say that all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
so I'm
God.
assuming they use Zoom or something similar to that for their YouTube channel. I've not visited their YouTube channel, so I don't know.
I haven't either, but I wonder how it looks because ours doesn't look. We're not paying for HD or whatever for.
No, we're still 720.
So I was going to say ours is not, but most people, if you're not watching on television, like when I'm watching it on television, it looks a little grainy, but when I watch it on a phone, it looks fine.
Yeah, that's because Zoom only does 720. So we would have to upgrade Zoom to HD, and we would have to change cameras. We would have to actually have HD cameras.
I would say mine probably is.
It might be, but we would have to just make sure if we wanted to upgrade for next year or whatever. More people I talk to are listening to their podcasts and their audiobooks faster.
At a faster speed, yeah, I do that.
And I can't do that. Barbara listens to her freaking romances. It's like a bunch of chipmunks.
I don't
understand that shit.
If I do it, I just barely do it. I'll take it up to 1.4 or something, or 1.3. I do it on some of my podcasts for sure because I would rather get them done faster. With my audiobooks, it just depends on the narrator.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I always listen to normal. I even showed her a TikTok I found the other day that had, when my wife reads a book and it shows the woman sitting there and literally it sounds like chipmunks. It's one of those, which is the way Barbara listens to it. She's played it for me before. And I go, I don't even understand how you're getting any insight out of this at all.
I couldn't do that. No.
And she goes, as opposed to when my husband listens and it shows him and you this, and then the little train ran up the wall and it was, and she goes, that's the way it feels to me. It feels like you're in slow motion. I went, no, it feels like you're listening to somebody perform the book.
Yeah, I actually accidentally slow-mode a podcast last night on the way home from the concert. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I realized what I did. Because they sounded like chipmunks, and I was like, I got to slow this down, and I slowed it down, and I slowed it too much, and they sounded like they were on cough syrup or something. Yeah, it was stupid. Hello, my name is Neil.
Hey, did you know, speaking of which, did you know that the guy on Alien Earth is from?
I've been telling you that since day one. It's Adrian Edmondson.
I remember you mentioning that, but I couldn't place the face. And then finally I did in one scene like 2 nights ago. And I went, oh, okay.
Speaking of it, Alien Earth, that is.
Yeah.
Have you finished it?
Yeah, I'll finish it tomorrow probably. And then I can finally talk about it on here.
I'm kind of digging it.
Seriously, I am not in the least. I mean,
Really?
episode 5 wasn't bad, but then again, there were still just stupid things happening, and it just, I don't
Well,
get
I
the
think
writing.
a lot of the stupid things would happen because these people are clueless. They don't know what the fuck they're dealing with.
They would, though. They are a science team
Oh, I
that
don't
was
think so.
sent to investigate these things.
None of them have ever encountered these things.
Correct, but that's why you have protocols that aren't stupid, like, oh, I'm just going to leave my drink open right beside this thing that I can open the top of and stick my hand in. Yeah, sure, that makes a lot of sense. That's good lab.
Yeah, but the company's being run by Timothy Chalamet. What do you expect?
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's who that guy reminds you of?
He's Timothy Chalamet channeling Elon Musk. Pure stupidity.
Well, not their company. Their company is being run by the Chinese lady.
Their company, though, has lost, and they have to get it back.
Yeah, but it's their ship and their crew. Even the guy that turns traitor is only doing it because Boy Cavallero is paying him to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with it.
Now, I would have been happy if they had just done, if they had not called it Alien, had just called it Infestation or something, and screw the xenomorph. I don't need it because you're treating it like it's a pet. So I have issues with that. But just don't use the xenomorph and use the other ones. They are freaking terrifying. All four of those other creatures.
Yeah,
I'm surprised we haven't done.
fantastic.
I'm surprised we led with the ticks and then didn't do anything with them for 4 episodes. I thought that was weird. And then we had the flies, and they were pretty menacing in 1, and yet they still weren't making sense because, oh, they eat metal and destroy metal, yet they're in a metal cell and don't do anything. Sure. Okay, fine. Whatever.
When did they destroy metal?
That's why they attack Toodles. He's made of metal. That's why they eat him. Eat his face off.
I thought he was just a synth. I didn't know he was metal. I thought he was some kind of organic material.
No, they're robotic underneath. You could see it when they pull them up. They're not to the level of Ash or Kirsch. They're not that kind of white organic.
I didn't think they ate him anyway. I thought they were just using whatever it is they do as a defense mechanism to try to.
Oh no, Kirsch says they're like flies. They digest their prey outside their bodies.
Oh yeah, he does say that. But that's what I mean. They're spitting shit on him that's just like their version of acid.
Yeah, and he's feeding them, rocks is what he's bringing them, is trays of rocks, which is what they eat. They eat minerals. So
because they don't end up eating. Is his name Toodles? What is his name?
Toodles was the guy in the
cell. They don't really eat him. They just kind of kill him.
That was another thing I didn't understand. But then again,
that's why I said I didn't think they were eating him. I think they
same thing with Sheep Eye. I think Sheep Eye's cool, but it's one of the best designed creatures in a decade, and yet you don't really explain anything about him. You just have him jump from person or animal to animal.
I'm telling you, that thing is amazing. It's probably the best thing about the show is that thing. It is the most terrifying thing. It reminds me of reading horror that terrified me that could never be captured on screen. And now it is. I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Easily the best concept in the show is, I think online they call it T. ocelos is the name of that eyeball creature.
Yeah, and you're going to hate the ending. I can tell you that right now.
I'm pretty sure I can based on the horrible red flags that they're sending.
Every review I've read's been 5-star. I've not read any bad reviews.
That's all I've read are bad reviews.
That's crazy.
I haven't read any of the finale yet.
Go on to Google.
But Reddit hates Alien Earth. They are all over it.
I think it's great, and I hope they do another one. I really hope they do what Hawley normally does, though, which is just goes off in a totally different direction with new characters, new story. I'd rather him do that than continue this story. But this story really doesn't end.
I'm sure it won't.
No.
It seems to me like there's
Yeah, I don't get the feeling that it's going to continue. I feel like there's closure, but I feel like they don't have to continue if they don't want to.
Okay. I'm curious to see how they do that. It looks to me like they're setting up Jurassic World.
There are definitely some cliffhangers where you're like, what about this? What's going to happen? You're going to be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the only negative review I've read of it is that this is the best sci-fi that's been on television in ages. Why are they cloaking it as an alien story?
Yes. But then
that's the most negative thing I've heard about it, is that why do you feel like you have to put xenomorphs in it? Why didn't you just do this, like you said, as a straight sci-fi thing without aliens?
But then again, my favorite thing about the whole thing is the alien aesthetic that they keep. The CRT screens and the green dialogue.
And that's why Noah Hawley wanted to do it. He loves that.
Which is, I don't know enough about Noah Hawley and have seen enough of his work to
watch
comment,
the first 2 seasons of Fargo.
But I really dislike the writing in this series a lot. Mostly the plotting. It's not dialogue so much, and some of the performances are really strong. Kirsch is great.
Yeah.
He is excellent. And
actually, they're all good. The chick from Babadook is good. The kid playing Kid Calvary or whatever his name is good. I think they're all good.
If the intent is that I'm supposed to hate Kid Cavallero, then he does that well, because I don't. The whole boardroom scene just infuriated me.
With him going across the table like Michelle Pfeiffer on a piano.
Yeah, and before that, sticking his feet up and just picking at him while she's talking and everything.
Yeah, that was disgusting. You were supposed to hate him, and he does it very well. And he does that. And I really think he is modeling him off of Elon Musk, big time.
Mommy therapist and her husband, I hate those two characters. I hate the black guy's character. I don't like any of the kids, especially not Nibs. I'm not sure what'll happen to her in the finale, since they electrocuted her brother. Electrocuted the
You're talking about the redheaded one, right? Is that Nibs? Yeah. She's rogue.
I'm pregnant one.
She's the Philip K. Dick character.
And then the only one I really liked Wendy the first 2 episodes, and I thought that actress was doing a really good job, but then I could not buy her having a tug of war with a xenomorph and winning. I just couldn't. That one just bugged the shit out of me, and I couldn't get over it from then on. Because then she just became a Mary Sue. She could do anything. She can manipulate electronics. She's superhuman. She can do this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Plus, she can whistle and talk to xenomorphs.
I think the best thing about it, in my opinion, other than I just think it's cool, is the element or the layers of sci-fi in it. And then that it's got the alien aesthetic and the cool alien monster, but it's got so many other layers of different kinds of sci-fi that I would never read about, all the whole different types of synthetic people, basically.
Yeah, basically the thematic underneath it is, what does it mean to be human?
And you apply that to the creatures as well.
Correct. And that's why I like that. You did not need a xenomorph to tell that story. You did not need the alien aesthetic to tell that story. You could have done anything else. Well, yeah.
It's pretty damn cool. I don't know where you're seeing all these negative reviews because all I'm seeing is high praise.
Oh, it's all over. My Reddit feeds are just full of it. And it's so funny because they started out being the first 2 episodes really got them. First episode. The second one is when I agree with them. It started falling apart because I think you and I even mentioned that. The xenomorph is, first of all, Brother.
That guy could outrun it. Oh, yeah, I don't think that guy
Brother, who is the worst character in the entire series, has plot armor like crazy and just escapes everything all the time. The xenomorph can go into a room, kill literally a dozen people in 42 seconds behind the guy who's just standing there, and then he can outrun it going down a hallway. Wendy can literally pull it into the trailer, and it's got 4 legs and a tail that can pierce anything no matter what. So, yeah, no. Just started losing.
Wendy's buds with them, man. She could talk to them.
Yeah, there's that whole concept too.
I know that. I love that concept. I think it's great that she's intelligent enough to decipher their language. Yeah, I love it.
I'm not. It is what it is. So, yeah.
How would you compare it to Legion? Because that's Holly too.
Again, I like season 1 of Legion. I lost season 2 of Legion because I didn't know what was going on. And that's what this reminds me of. So many plot holes and so many moments of convenience all the way through it that it doesn't hold up to me.
See, Legion season 2 just got too convoluted to me, too trippy. I couldn't understand what was fucking going on.
Yeah.
This I had no trouble following. Of course, I don't have any trouble following the Fargo either. And it's clear. It's kind of like this is almost his niche now. Is he's like, oh, I really love the movie Fargo. Let's see if I can make a series out of it. Ooh, I love the movie Alien. Let's see if I can do a series out of it. And just hire some really talented people to come in and either write or direct some episodes. And that's what he does with Fargo. Except he keeps a lot of control as far as the writing. He doesn't do all the directing. But yeah, I just think it's cool. I can't wait to see. Surely it's going to get renewed. I'm pretty sure it will. I just hope. I really do hope they just do. I wish they would do Alien, Alcazar, or whatever, and it'd be just a different planet and not Earth at all. You would just do it in a different place. But I have a feeling you're right. It's on an island, so they can basically isolate it there if they did want to continue that particular storyline.
The thing is, you can't really isolate it there because this is an alien that survived in space, in a vacuum. So water wouldn't bother it.
No, but it might not like water. Who knows? Now, actually, it was in water in one scene in Aliens.
Yeah, underneath her. It rose up behind her.
Yeah.
So they can swim.
And those things can fly, those little bugs.
The fly, I think is what they call it. The fly.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the names of all of them are. That you do finally get to see the one that's like a flower thing, that upside down thing.
Yeah, I'm curious about it. It's been 8 freaking episodes.
It's not that great a payoff. It's like once you have something as cool as the eyeball, how do you top that?
Kirsch knows what it does. He was looking at all the records, so he should know what it does. And
I kept thinking Kirsch was going to be a good guy, but he's really not. He's kind of, it's not really even concrete either way, but I thought he was going to be a good guy. They always, in other words, go against the whole Ash typecasting, so to speak.
Do a flip on him or whatever.
Do a bishop or something.
But, yeah, no, they didn't do that. They did not do that.
And I do love the character of Adrian Edmondson. I can't think of his name, but yeah, walking around in his suit and being all Mr. Boss Man.
Oh, yeah. In a facility that obviously nobody monitors a camera at all except for one synthetic.
I was going to say, it seems like hardly anybody works there.
until the last episode I watched, where you suddenly had 40 fucking guards, and I was going, where were these the whole time? That people were breaking into the lab, and kids were running around loose.
They're off in their little campsite. I guess it's all of a sudden you'll see some weaponry that looks like aliens.
Oh yeah, they have the guns. They have
and
the
a
same
chick
rifles.
with a bandana.
and like they're walking through another thing too. The alien was never, ever, never, ever, never meant to be shown in daylight. Just don't do it. It looks really.
Oh,
bad.
why? It didn't bother me.
It looks just really bad. It looks like a guy in a suit with a headpiece on. It just does not look good at all, I don't think. But anyway, they're walking in the jungle, and there's all these high-rise freaking structures in the back. And I'm going, okay, there's like 60, 70-foot towers. And I'm going, who lives there? Because it feels like everything we have seen in 6 episodes has been on maybe 2 floors. In a little
or
bungalow.
Underground. I feel like it's underground.
Yeah, the labs are underground. The top floor with their rooms are all on the ground because their windows just show jungle outside. So they're on the ground. So where the hell are these towers and what's in them? I just had a lot of questions about this series. A lot of questions.
Well, I'm sure that Holly will answer them for you.
I'll give him a call tonight. Say, hey,
you need to.
What's up? What's up? 3, 2,
1.
You can't start the car. Johnny has